What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wes from AconnectionTV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt some of the connections about our differences. And welcome to my channel. We are talking about Baddies Chapter 2, Episode 5, entitled Hostile Takeover. Baddies Chapter 2 is a bit crazy, is a bit all over the place. And I think this is the first, well, no, it's not the first episode we're getting sit-downs, but I don't know. The flow of this particular season has been a bit chaotic for me. And I feel like the show is so dependent upon fights that they neglect anything else. Or it's like anything else or everything else is like afterthoughts, right? And then we have Natalie like, no, guys, go, no. And I'm like, oh my God. It can be a bit much, but this episode was crazy. Was really crazy. And you know, when the fighting gets exciting, the only time when the fighting gets exciting is when the Ivories step up. It's when the Tasikis step up. It's when the Tinkas step up, not against Cold Killer. Like, when the fighting gets exciting is when it's the baddies versus the outsiders. No shade. Tommy is doing her job. Tommy's job is to come and create chaos. Her job for the baddies on Baddies Chapter 2 is to come and bring chaos, to bring the excitement. I no longer care for these women fighting each other because we already know they're going to be cool after the fact. I no longer care for that. That narrative is so played out and so tired. Mariah E.T., so tired, so played out. Diamond and Fauna, so tired, so played out. Pressure in everyone, so tired, so played out. It's so tired and so played out. I don't want to see it no more. Like, and it is what it is because it is what it is. The shows, it'll be fighting irregardless. But I don't know. Things got exciting when Summer and Tommy and her friends came on board. I didn't really care for Rolly and Summer going at it, but anyway, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Diamond ends up fighting Pressure again because she's aggravated. The fight doesn't really amount to much of anything. I love Diamond, so it is what it is. Still don't know who this Pressure girl is, but y'all love her, okay? Bahati goes ballistic. Or Bahati goes Bahati. I know she said that Bahati means something. I can't remember what she said because I didn't watch that season. But Bahati goes ballistic, right? And she fighting Hurricane. She's all over the place, Bahati, this episode, like all over the place. Summer arrives with Tommy standing on front of the car. And, you know, Summer looks amazing. I got to give it to her. I'm not a fan of the vagina on her lips, but Summer looks good. Summer looks good, at least in this scene. She's jumping off the car. She's excited. She got her little corset, halter top. You know, Tommy comes in with her friends, a play cousin, and someone else. I think she said they were her glam team. I don't know if I really believe that because they don't really look that glamorous. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then she said Trev was her play cousin, her street cousin. Whatever. I'm excited because these girls come to bang. They dressed to bang. And can we figure out what the hell is everybody's definition of big hit, heaviest hitter? Because Trev is supposed to be a heavy hitter and she fights for like real. She fights in like real life. I don't know what that means because I didn't see none of that on this episode. But same thing with Egypt. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Bahati does do something that is like so batshit crazy. So batshit Bahati. We're just going to say that Bahati means crazy. Insane. She does something so Bahati. She jumps over the balcony railing and there's no flooring below them. It's elevated off the ground. I don't know how high, but it's elevated off the ground. So much so that she has to hold on as she's walking. I'm like, bro, if she would have lost her footing because she was drunk out of her mind. If she would have lost her footing, if she would have dropped, if she would have fell, didn't somebody fall out of a roof or out of a window on Scotty's show? Never mind. Nothing would have happened because nothing happened. What happened to that guy? Did he survive? I don't know. I didn't watch that show. It's hard for me to watch other on Zeus. But I was like, bro, if she would have fell, like, oh my God, like she is so freaking crazy. Even they like, nope, you're not going nowhere. Nope. They lift her up, they hoist her up. She's trying to fight, she's trying to get away, she's running up the steps. This dude with his pants is falling down, trying to run after her, going up the steps. I'm like, I wonder how much security gets paid. They deal with a lot. They be spat on, thrown liquid on, hit on, beat up. Even the one dude, I'm going ahead of myself. This episode was jam-packed to just a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Rolly says Bahati was probably raised by kangaroos because she's from Brazil and she's just too crazy. And she's strong and she bulldozes into things. Rolly and Summer goes at it. We know Rolly is not fighting because so says Summer, she's leaking baking fluid and her arms keep getting split. And I'm like, okay, I'm tired of these two people going back and forth. I really am. Natalie is like, Summer does not want to fight you guys. She's not going to fight. She's not going to fight. Well, no, can't say anything because Rolly can't fight either because of an injury. So Rolly can't fight. You know, but wasn't Rolly? Rolly was once upon a time mad at Natalie because Natalie was body shaming her or calling her out for getting all these surgeries and the fact that she can't go nowhere because she's injured. Now we have her on the show and she can't even perform because she's injured. Okay. Summer gets to showboat a little bit. She talks about her lake house being $1.2 million. And I'm like, listen, if she paid out right and she owned it, congrats to her. I hope she makes sure she saves the money for the property tax. Okay? Because the house is technically not hers. If she don't pay that property tax, it's getting taken. So shout out to Summer for getting the lake house. I think I saw a video clip of her like touring the lake house or showing the lake house. Shout out to Summer. It's a come up. So congrats. I'm happy for her and her success. Tommy says she's here with her glam squad. She's here to be cute. She's here to get it going on. She ain't whatever. She never really had problems with the girls. She don't know these girls. And in my mind, I'm like, girl, you ain't here with no glam squad. You here to make the show pop. And thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy, because to be honest, this was the best episode. No shade. Shout out to Tommy for making it happen. Natalie says, Tommy is here with her friends. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting out the way. Dolly and Trev are dressed to fight. Tommy says, hey, y'all, I liked her glasses, her little furry bear-looking glasses things. I liked her glasses. Her confessional look was a mess with that big old ball on her head. She is crazy, though. Tommy is crazy. She's the entertainment. Bad Dolly says, who are your fighters for our fighters? Who are you? Who are these girls? What are they finna do? Who are they going up against? This is where I get excited. Shout out to Dolly, a bad Dolly, not Dolly, but bad Dolly, because she is narrating out of these episodes in a way that gets me amped. Are y'all gonna fight? Why y'all not fighting? What's up? What's up? I heard y'all had something going on. You was popping it on live. You know what I'm saying? Who's your fighter for our fighters, Tommy? Hey, Tommy. I love it. I love it. We need it. It's amazing. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Dolly is like, we bad bitches. We ain't really fighters. Like, she like, who your fighters? She like, we ain't all that. We bad bitches. And all y'all ugly. All y'all ugly. So who want to fight? All y'all ugly. And it's interesting because nobody is like budging. Nobody's budging. But Lex, who put on her shoes when Amber, Egypt, and the other girl came out, just in case, is looking like giving like faces like, what are you talking about? Like, bitch, you're corny, bitch. My face card eats you down, bitch. And I can admit that is true. I feel that is true. I think that Big Lex is more attractive than Dolly. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the face card. Obviously, Dolly has more of a bootylicious body than Lex, but Lex is eating down. Like, Lex is eating down. So, I'm thoroughly entertained by this. Thoroughly entertained, okay? I Ivory ends up getting in the mix, and Dolly looks at Ivory like, I don't know where Ivory came from, but Dolly looks at Ivory and says, I know you. And then they exchange information about what happened with the jump set with Stunner. Ivy was on that. Everything that Ivy said was true. Everything that Ivy said was laid out and happened. When she realized who Dolly was, and when Dolly mentioned the stylist, it was up for Ivy. That was all she wrote. When I tell you, Ivory does not need to miss another season. Ivory does not need to miss another season. Ivory is dope as shit. I like Ivory. And I like when I think about like the girls going at it together and the camaraderie amongst the girls together that are in the paint and ready to fight and beyond that. Ivory, Tasiki, Tinka, Lex. These four like went up for the baddies. And it was so hot to watch. The rampage that came through when Ivory was mink, and Dolly falls, then Lex comes and stomps on her. I'm not condoning that, but I'm just saying, like, these outsiders are here to cause trouble. So we don't, with the outsiders. All the women have established that it is what it is. So she go ahead and stomp on her. She kind of missed, but not really. The security comes up on Lex. Tinker comes behind, get off her, get off her, get off her. And then it's like a mink session. Then Trev get in the mix, and Tinker like, what up, what up, what up? And then Tinker and Trev get in there. It was so much security, like I think Tinker had that, no shade. I think Tinker had that. But it was so much security, people getting flipped up inside down and all that. And I'm like, oh man, this is chaos. Then out of nowhere, someone hits Ivory. Then Ivory gets back at them. And then, stuff is moved around. And then Trev is separated and she lands on the couch. And then Tasiki is in there like, what up? What up? Then Lex come from behind and socks the girl. But then in the midst of all that, Dolly and Lex are like, bang, 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 bang. I mean, Ivory and Lex, bang, 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 bang. And then you see the producer, she like, she in the corner, the girl's in the corner. I'm like, girl, do you know where you work? They separate them. It's a lot. It's chaos. But I'm entertained. I'm entertained. This is the only fight I care about. This is the only fight I care about. And I'm thoroughly entertained. I am thoroughly entertained. This was a great ass episode in the scope and realm of baddies. Shout out to Tommy for bringing her friends. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's so much chaos, and the girls are separated. Tommy, Trev, Dolly, all the girls are separated. They end up outside. Trev is saying, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. I want my ones with Tinka. I want my ones with Tinka. In my mind, I'm like, you don't get carte blanche. You are not a part of the show. You can't call out getting your ones with anyone, sis. Like, you can't do it. You can't do it. You just can't do it. Mariah's like, if Tommy's not going to fight, she need to go home. I'm like, tell that to Rolly. No shade. Tinker says, it's us against them. When these girls come in, everybody better throw their hands up on my mama. She didn't say that, but again, it's the sisterhood that comes along with this that I'm excited for, and it's great to watch. I like it when Tinker get in there, and I like it when Tinker get. It's something that's exciting about Tinker getting in there. Not against Code Killer, not against K-Weekend. No, those are not like fights for real. Like, but like when Tinker get animated and she get in there and she's standing on it, I like that. When Ivy get in there and she's standing on it, I like that. When Bad Dolly get in there, and it's like when the fighters get in there and they standing on it, I like that. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Amber says, I don't care. She on 10. Tavy tries to fight Amber because she outside. Amber mad that her is split. She delusional and she drunk. She thinking that Tasiki hit her with a brick. She thinking that the ops are out to get her. She's so delusional. She, even in her mind, in her sober, not sober mind, didn't mean to hit sneak, Tavy, because she was cool with Tavy. And then she started apologizing. Tavy, I hit Tavy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But before that, they fight a little bit. Tavy throws her stuff out of the way. She don't want her stuff. They're like, no, Tavy, don't do that. No, it's her personal items and we're not paying for it. Don't do that. No. I'm like, okay. Oh, it's complete chaos. Tasiki ends up outside. She looking for Tommy's friends, and then Amber out of nowhere. It was so weird because it was like Amber said she was leaving, then she's not leaving, then she's back at the door, then she fights Tavy, then she's at the end of the parking lot, then she's back at the door, then she's back at the gate. I don't know what's going on, but she sees Tasiki, she runs up to Tasiki and she knocks her in the back of the neck. Tasiki like, wait, what? Who just hit me? Oh, it's on and popping. And then Tasiki friends miraculously appear, and all you hear is like, get her, Tasiki, get her, Tasiki. And then you see some bald-headed, not bald-headed, but like furry top head girl come in. And I'm like, who is this? And they trying to get at her. Then you see this dark-skinned, thicker woman, no shade, looking like Sarat, but not as thick as Sarat, but she got long hair. She get in the mix. And I'm like, who is these people? Coming to find out and to realize that it's Tasiki people. But this is the moment where I felt so bad for light-skinned security guard because that security guard was getting his ass whooped by Tasiki. And it's like he couldn't fight back because he's a security guard. It wasn't the security guard that gave Summer the vagina on the top of her lip. But this security guard was like, I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, these people got to be getting paid a lot of money. And then all of a sudden you see Amber, she's like, get her away from me. 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 I'm like, bro. Tasiki like, she sneaked me, bro. She snuck me. Move out the way. She snuck me. Tasiki running through her. And all you see is red, just red. I'm like, God damn. And somebody was in the chat talking about, oh, Wes, I don't think you'll be able to do all the things that you want the way security go by. I don't know. I'll be like Bahati, but I won't be like Tasmanian Devil. I'll be real sneaky and conniving with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the moment someone tries to connect with me, like I know, on this show, you know you finna fight somebody. Like it's established. Oh, we're about to fight right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in that time, I would have done grabbed items, would have done jammed it in Adam's apple. It would have been over. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I feel, and that's just how I go. And so for me, it's like, man, I don't know how these people get in the space that they get in, and then, you know, it's just over and done, and like, oh, okay, it's cool, it's copacetic. I'm like, this is when Amber realizes that she's completely drunk. She says she doesn't want to fight Tasiki anymore, but you snuck her. She says she apologized for sneaking Tavy. I'm like, girl, this girl is gone. This girl is gone. Tasiki then comes back into the house. She notices Trev's back shots and she smacks her. Like, what else? She duffs her in the head. Bang, sneaks her, bang. Trev's like, no, this not happening. This is not what we doing. We finna get in there. Some way, somehow, Tasiki and Trev get in there to square up. And I saw Tasiki do one like left hit, bang. And I think like Trev like kind of blocked it, but it like hit the face, but blocked it or whatever. Then they tussling, and you know, Tasiki backs her up into the wall. Then, you know, before that, like the girls, her friends were jumping her, but Trev dragged the dark skinned one, or not dragged, but she fell. Like she grabbed her, the girl fell. Then the other one with the BBs came in and was fighting. Then Tasiki, chaos. And I think, you know, Tasiki learned. She said, hold on, wait. Tommy bringing in friends, I'm bringing in my friends. That's it. That's how this is going to go. But, you know, it's interesting. And I'm not even saying anything about Tasiki, but it's interesting. Like, all these girls against Tommy's friends is enough. But Tasiki was like, no, I'm not doing that. These bitches get to bring in people. I'm bringing in people. My question is, why are these women bringing in people that can't really fight for real? Like, these ain't no Layla Ali's or no Clarissa Shields. These are regular women that just fight. Is it? I don't know. Pressure then decides to sneak Diamond as things are dying down somewhat, sort of. And Diamond laughs. This is where I'm tapped out. I love Diamond though, but this is where I'm tapped out. Like, girl, they both laugh. Matter of fact, they both laugh because these two know the show of it all, right? Hurricane goes to fight Bahati again and again and again, and I'm tired. I'm tired. But Hurricane's face looks crazy. Bahati's face doesn't look that bad. It's like, damn, Bahati is really doing damage, you know? Then Dolly is trying to be a host, and I love she's doing so well. And she's like, yo, Egypt, what's up with you and Kanaya? Don't y'all got beef? Dolly's like, whatever beef y'all gotta get it out the way. Let's do it now. Let's handle it. Y'all on the show now. Y'all better fight. I saw y'all post on this. I love Dolly. Dolly is a bad Dolly. She's amazing for the show. Now that she's got her shit together, like she is just so entertaining. And she's like a tinker to me. I love it, but she's an instigator in your face. It's like, yo, I like Bad Dolly. She's definitely doing her job. Kanaya and Egypt end up fighting, and I just have to say, there was something about Kanaya that I liked from the jump. Maybe because she's so pretty and like she walks in that prettiness, like that confidence is there. They fight. Egypt won the first round, but Kanaya smashed her on the second round. Period. I just saw bomb, 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 bomb. And so much so that Kanaya was turning on, not in a literal sense, but like Ivy was in, everybody was watching, like, oh shit. Ivy, if y'all go back and look at Ivy's face, she like, get it, girl. Like, she, I don't know if she know Kanaya or not, but she like really into it. And it's interesting because everybody thought of Egypt to be the heavy hitter. Even Diamond comes in the post confessional, like, Egypt's supposed to be some heavy hitter. But in this instance, it looked like Kanaya was a heavy hitter. Maybe them girls on the cabinet girls didn't know how to fight or whatever. But like, Icho ain't no heavy hitter. Like, Tasiki would watch her. And there's no shade. Like, I don't have any issues with her, but like, Kanaya had that second round, like, did that in her second round. Like, I like when she get in that. I like when Kanaya gets to Kanai. I don't know. Or Kanaya Alicia or Kanaya Lee. I don't know, but she was on that. She was like, what up? What up? Just casually lifting her titty back in the what up? What up? What up? What up? I'm just like, yo, it's interesting, like, kinda. And then Bahati is still trying to overtalk and still trying to be loud and still trying to get on Hurricane. I feel like she has to establish that she's on Baddies for a reason and she ain't stopping, mixed with the fact that she's drunk. Natalie has to calm Bahati down and tell Bahati to shut up. Even other women have to tell Bahati to shut up. I'm like, girl, you on the show now. Calm down. You right here. Calm down. Relax. Natalie mentions that the girls will be doing Rolling Loud, but they only have a 30-minute set, so everybody can't perform. Diamond's like, I want to do Rolling Loud because that's really for me. That's my speed. I'm like, Diamond, you got this because you're definitely in there. Natalie says the two women went home, Daisy and Camilla. All the girls already knew this because social media was ablaze while they were filming. And Natalie makes it seem like she texts replacement to Camilla. But Biggie is not really feeling that because she like, Big, why is you doing that? Like, that's not okay. Mind you, Biggie was checking up on Camilla when Camilla had got beat up by Lex. And so Biggie was checking Natalie somewhat like, Natalie, that's well, you shouldn't be doing that. That's not cool. Stop doing that. But you know, Natalie does it. And it is what it is because she the CEO. Shout out to Ivory again for responding to Natalie's response to that confessional, saying that these girls are being cool with her because she's the CEO. Ivory rolls her eyes, but at the same time, she know what she got to do. Kind of like, I feel like kind of like it's like Diamond. Diamond knew what she had to do too during our interview, she apologized to Natalie, and that when the interview went viral. We need to get Ivory on the show. Like, I want Ivory on the show. I want Ivory on the show. I do. I want Ivory on the show. I do. But I thought that was interesting how Natalie made it seem like she sent replacement to Camilla. Very interesting. Pressure finally is able to give some dialogue moments, and she's like, I don't like Rolly, or Rolly's like, I don't like her. But the thing is, they don't like each other because apparently Rolly and Pressure were at the Zeus grand opening or whatever, And Pressure said hello to Rolly. Rolly didn't say anything back. And so Pressure feel like it's up because of that. I can't take Pressure seriously. I'm not even gonna kid you. I cannot take Pressure seriously. Then Diamond sneaks Pressure because Pressure snuck Diamond. And Diamond's like, I'm the sneak queen. You really think you're gonna sneak me and that's gonna be the end of it? Diamond's like, nope, that's not the end of it. Amber is mad about her eye. And then out of nowhere, I think I blinked like 3 times. And then out of nowhere, I see her running because she was going to the hospital. They would take her to the hospital. She got out the van and just started running. She's like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. I know y'all got Tasiki in the hospital. Bro, what? What? Everything that Amber said about her fight with Tasiki is a bold-faced lie. It's a huge lie. It's a huge lie. Tasiki did her biggest one. I don't know. Well, not her biggest one. I feel like her biggest one was her fight with Dolly, Bad Dolly, on the reunion when she slept her. And then next would be ET, her reunion fight. Her reunion fights are like the biggest one. Her against Marsha is not her biggest one, you know. But ET back in her prime and Bad Dolly aren't bitches that you can just sleep on. So she had Amber really dazed for real, really dazed. We get to the next day and they showing dry blood stains on the ground. I'm like, really? This is what y'all want to show us? Wig pieces on the ground, trash. Then we get a conversation with Fauna, K Rican, and Cold Killer. Fauna and Cold Killer are in matching outfits, to their surprise. And they talk about stuff. It's kind of like I'm over their storyline, to be honest. Like K Rican, she feels how she feels. Okay. You know, Cold Killer feels how she feels about Tinka. Okay. And the fact that she got a fractured face, eye busted, and all of that, braids pulled out, but she doing her big one. Okay. And then, Fauna's like, talk about her issue with Diamond. I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, this storyline came from my interview. Shout outs. I'm kind of like Loki, a part of Zeus. Um, then we get Lex, ET, Ivory, and Tasiki and Tinka. I don't really want to talk about anything else but the fact that Tinka played the hell out of ET, in my opinion. ET was like, girl, what happened was really the beef with you and Tommy. And Tinka was like, girl, all of that. Ivory, Ivory, what happened? What happened? I was like, damn, did anybody else see that? And then the camera panned and edited pan to ET and her face was gagged. I'm like, bro, nobody gonna acknowledge that. ET, you gonna let her do you like that? ET, stop playing. Everything that they spoke about, I really didn't care about. Ari speaking about, the whole jump set or whatever, and it was what it was. Tasiki, like, it is what it is. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Lex is happy about what happened. These three together is powerful. These four together, like I mentioned, these four together are powerful. And I just like that whole thing when it was them versus the outsiders. Mind you, a lot of other girls tried to get in the mix too. Mariah Lynn tried to get in the mix. Hurricane tried to get in the mix. TT tried to get in the mix. Fauna tried to get in the mix. A lot of other girls tried to get in the mix. So shout out to them. Mariah and Persuasion come in. There's really nothing about that. ET and Persuasion hug. ET and Mariah hug. It's like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, I really got no beef for real. So we really shouldn't be worried about none of this, no shade. Then we get Pressure and Ciroc. Now, this was a very interesting meetup because Pressure says that she hit up Ciroc to come do the sit down. It won't be no beef, so it won't be no fighting. But all the while, there's tension here. And so much so that it leads into Hurricane and TT coming in. And then Ciroc explaining why she spoke about, kids or whatever. And she said that Pressure didn't like that because Pressure's like, why you talk about kids? You don't need to talk about kids or whatever. And then Ciroc is like, well, Mariah talked about well, no, she was like, I talked about Mariah's mom or whatever. And so Pressure was like, well, then I understand why she did what she did and talked about your kids. No shade. Like, it is what it is. Like, but they kept over talking each other and like, it was like a thing. Like, it was the tension. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. And like TT and Hurricane peeped that. And so I respect, like I said, the last review, I respect TT for jumping in to help Hurricane. I respect Hurricane and TT in this moment because Pressure was doing a lot. Pressure was feeling herself. Pressure wanted to make a moment, and it is what it is. That's cool. That's what you're here for. I think pressure is like a diamond in sense of wanting to make a moment, but pressure gonna make that moment anyway. She can't. That's what it's giving, and so she wanted to make that moment. She threw some rock glasses in the thing. I like the fact that Hurricane and TT was speaking to pressure like, bro, and we know TT to be like Robin to, Pressure's Batman. But TT still telling her, like, yeah, like, y'all had a misunderstanding because she wasn't coming for you like that. You was really coming for her low key. And she want to fight you again. And Tarak ends up beating Pressure. I don't think Pressure can beat anybody. Like, it was like a tie for Diamond. So great personality. She's crazy for real. She's like, Pressure is like a mix of Summer and Tinka all wrapped in one, And that's an interesting mix because even when she laughs, she throws the Ray-Bans in the water. Then she's running from Sarat. It's just interesting. But Sarat is end up fighting her and get her lick back. It is what it is. And everybody's going crazy about Tavy on this bus scene. Listen, I need Tavy to clock in. I need Tavy to be back. I know Tavy is mad that they didn't put her whole fight up with Ivory. But at the debut, she had a whole blunt in her mouth and she was fighting you. So it is what it is. Ain't nothing really to show but the blunt in her mouth as she fighting you. That's it. I need you guys to leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel about it. Are you moved? I think this was a good episode in terms of what Baddies is supposed to give. I think it was cool. And it's going to be interesting to see how things move forward. We know our tidbits of stuff that we know, but it's still going to be interesting to see how this all goes.